In this video, I'm going to be showing you a very simple gold trading strategy that you can use to pass any profit or you can use to trade profitably. So without wasting much of your time, if you have been struggling to trade gold, just make sure you just watch this video from beginning. So when trading gold, there is a simple secret about gold. Trade mostly breakout. Trade mostly breakout. I know what I'm saying. Trade mostly breakout. So right now, a breakout is just simply something like this. Let's say we have our support area around this area here, right? Let's say we have a support here or a resistance here. So if we can get a break above this area, just this break above this area, that's what we want to catch, right? Or a break above, then come to retest, then we buy to the upside. The same thing applies when the market is in a downtrend, which is if it breaks aggressively to the downside, then we will sell, or we sell once it pulls back to this level, right? So that's the two things we are going to be interested in here, either the pullback or the breakout. The pullback or the breakout. So this is the way it works. I start from the weekly time frame. I just want to see the overall trend by going to the weekly time frame to just check the candle. First of all, I look out for whether if price is approaching any close zone, like the support or resistance area, any of them. If price is approaching that area, then I will look for what to do by. I'll be expecting like a reversal, right? So, but we are not close to anyone at this point. But I think, yes, there's one here around this area. It's still a little bit far, yes. It's still far from here. So we are going to be interested in anything from this level to this next level. So right now, I'll just go straight to the 4 hours time frame. That is the way I analyze from the weekly to the 4 hours on gold only. And so another secret about gold is that don't use wide zones. Don't use wide support areas. Don't use wide resistance areas. Let me tell you something, gold respects very tight zones. I'm telling you, and you're going to see it here now. So right now, I will be drawing out my zones here by using this indicator here or this price representation here. Just tap here. If you come here, click on this icon at this top, right? I use step line. Step line just showed me where price has tested multiple times. That is why I use it. But if you can use line, you can use it. But me, I use step line. I don't use this, right? So I use this one here. So right now I'm going to be using my box here to mark out areas where price has tested. So this is our number one here. Make sure it's very tight. Let it not be too tight. Let it be very tight, because once you scale to the lower time frame, you can now see that your zones will be getting wider. The lower you go, the higher the expansion. That's where I want to put it. And here again, just clone this. Be using the same size by cloning it. Don't add any other thing to it. Why did we mark this area? There's a test here, there's a test here, there's a test here, and the market is actually breaking below it at this point, but we don't know what's going to happen next. Still, let's just clone, mark out relevant areas. This is another one here. Why did I mark out this area? There's a W pattern here, and it's a very strong reversal pattern, which is very, very recognized in the market, right? So if you want to check whether if it's actually a right zone, you can just take a look at the history here. You can see tested. So it's actually a very nice zone to mark out. So that is it for that one. And here again, we are interested in anything from here to this down here. That's what we're interested, right? So let's just clone this one. Let's still make one more zone, right? So this is another area for me here. You can see here price reacted to these areas here. Okay, so I'm trying to place it well, because this is money we are talking about. You don't want to make your zones look useless to the chart. You want to make it be in a way that it will be respecting your zones here, right? So right now, there's no need to analyze again. This is where we're interested in. Keep it simple, guys. Keep it very, very simple. That is the way it works. Keep it very, very simple. If you do too much, you get confused. That's the way it works. So right now, let's go to the 15 minutes time frame. So on this 15 minutes time frame, we're not just going to be taking trades here. You can see what happened. We've already gotten that rejection to the downside. But let's see what happens. Let's just see what happened here. And another indicator that I use here is the session on chart. Session on chart. If you have been watching my video, you should be able to know how to set this thing up. Once you set it up this way, it's just very simple. Click on it and you add it to the chart, right? So I'm going to delete one because I already had one here. So on this rejection was meant to be our entry at first. On this rejection you are seeing here, right? Because I use session. So taking a look at this thing here, this is the way it works, right? So this rejection candle has given me a very right signal for me to sell to the downside, because I was either waiting for two things here, which is if gold can break above, taking out this high, or break above this second zone here, I'll be looking to buy to the upside. But so far it's still down here. All I'm looking out for is sales. But if it can break around this area, that means it has changed structure on the 4 hours. So from this bearish now, it is switched towards bullish. So let's go. Let me make my entry here, right? If it was during the Asian session, I won't make any entries here. So just take note of that. I don't trade outside my session. I don't trade outside what my session. So take a look at it here. It targets this area here. Very simple trade. There is no stress about this. Just risk 30 pips or 25 pips is okay. Is okay, right? So here, just come to the 5 minutes here. So on this 5 minutes, this is where I'm going to enter our first trade, because this is during the session here. This is the London here, right? This is our entry around this point here. So let's replay this thing and see how it goes. Let's replay and see how this market, whether it's going to take us out. But our first TP is supposed to be here, because this is the first support that the market might react to, and as you can see, it is already reacting to it. So it should be on break even at this point here, right? But where we are targeting is down, right? Good. Take profit hit. At that point, we've already leave this trade. It's just very simple. There is no stress here. Everything is just very simple. Breakout only. And another thing again, I'm still going to show you another trick. If it can break below again, we still look towards to sell. It's just very simple, because price is reacting to this zone now. You can see this is 1 to 6.56, almost 1 to 7 here. So let's see replay and see if price break below, come back to retest, or break below aggressively, then I'll enter for a sell from there. Okay, you see that it's reacting. So on this break below now, this is where we are, right? This is where I'll be putting another sell here, targeting where you always use the higher time frame to enter trades. Use the higher time frame to enter trades use the higher time frame for target, not to enter trade. Okay. So where is the next zone? We are targeting this area. This is our next zone. So let's see whether if price can get to that area now. So let's see, we made our entry on this rejection here. Okay. On this rejection, we've made our entry. This is the way it is here. On this rejection here, I use rejection candle to make entries, so don't get me wrong. I know what I'm saying here. I look for market, just tells me what to do, then I take this thing from there. You can see on that rejection it has activated, then we are in. So let's see what happens from here. Okay, still pushing. At this point it should be on break even, because there is a high probability that the market will push back to that area, which is not going to be nice at all. So you can see the trade is running nice all the way to the next day. Then it tests that zone. This is what 1 to 6, because this is 5.9 here. It's already running 1 to 6 down here. This is the way you'll be entering trades, following the trend. Very, very simple. So you can see the way I'm just making these entries. It's just very, very simple. There is no stress in this thing. Everything just look very, very simple, right? And during this session here, there was something I forgot to tell you. There's a way I also make entries around this area, right? I look for lows that has been formed the previous day. Once it breaks that low, right? Once it breaks that low during that session, if we are in a bearish market on this rejection here, I should just enter for another sell. But let's just pretend that that didn't happen or we missed that thing because of what we are here. Let's pretend that we missed this trade here. Let's leave it. There is no need to form anything. So we're still interested in selling it here today again, but this is during New York session, which is going to be very, very nice. So on this rejection here, I am in. I told you guys I use rejection for what? I use rejection for, sorry, let me look for my target. Where is the next zone, please? Where is the next zone? You see that we not draw it. That is when you need to go and look for your zones. When you are trading, look for your zones, guys. Look for your zones because you want to know where the price is going to. You want to really know. So let's go to the 15 minutes again. Let's see what happens from here. Let's play this. It just went straight away, guys. Just straight like that. Hit our TP again. This is just very, very simple, guys. This is very, very simple. This is just follow the trend. Don't stress anything. Just trade along with the trend. Is it bearish? Is it trending? Trade along with the trend. Follow it that way and you love this gold, guys. This is the way it works. And don't trade outside your session. And this is what I was talking about here. A breakout of low, previous low. This is what I said here. I told you guys something about this on the other, when I was actually explaining this first trade here. I told you guys that there is a way I also enter trade during the session here, which is if I just come here, I'll grab my box here. This is the low that was formed yesterday. If it can break it, on that break, I will be entering. On that break, I will be entering for a sell again to follow what? The trend. So at this point, you'll not be looking for sales. You'll not be looking for buys, only sales, because of what? We are in a downtrend. So follow the trend. The trend is your friend. So let's see a break below here. Let's see what happens from here. So right now, you can see that the chart is actually choppy. I will go down to the 5 minutes just to see what the market is doing. You can see it here, break below. So this is when our trade is activated at this point here. You can see it's almost even tagged us out. So let's see what happened. Then that was a loss. After 2 wins, right? That was a loss. So the next one now, let's just delete this one here, or let's just keep it to one side. This is a loss here. So let's put another one here. Let's see what happens. The price is currently at the top of this area, but let's see what happens from here. So on the 15 minutes, you see that this is not even a breakout. That is why you need to use the higher time frames for breakouts, guys. This thing can really affect you. So always use the higher time frames to confirm breakouts. The 4 hours or the 1 hour, at least, to break a breakout on a zone should be confirmed from 1 hour to 4 hours up. So that is it. So let's go again. Good. So this is not a breakout here. Because of what? The candle formed here was a hammer candle and it closed inside that level. So that is not a breakout. So let's go to the 5 minutes. Let me explain what I'm telling you here. You can see candle just came here, just more like a retest. You can see what is showing us on the 15 minutes. That is not the same thing that is showing us on the 15 minutes that is showing here. Just check the 15 minutes. You see that is a rejection. Can you see? If you check the 30 minutes, that means you can see that this is not even just a rejection. You just want candle that is inside the zone. You see? So this is how you confirm a fake breakout or a good or a nice breakout for you to trade, right? Use the higher time frames to confirm it. You can see the way this one just traded here. This is a fake out here, and it went all the way to the upside because people are looking to sell down here, just like me, right? So look what happened here. Later on, there is a rejection. This next candle that started forming here, this is it here. Very, very simple. So What will I wait for? I would not just enter here because of what I said. I always wait for what rejection candle, and there is a way I teach my students on how to make entries, guys. There is a system actually. That is why you see me even make one loss, because if I was with that system, there is no way it's not going to indicate this thing for me here, because this was a very very simple something that it always indicates most of the time. So let's just watch and see what happened. You can see, so this is where I'm going to enter this trade here. It's not even on this one because of what? This is the rejection candle that gave me that confirmation. So on this formation of this candle, I will enter. Targeting where is our next target? Our next target is going to be the next level. That is the way I trade. The next level is our next target. So use the 4 hours still to look for where support or any zone is actually residing, but we don't have. So let's just take target 1 to 8. Let's keep it simple and see what happens from here. So on the 15 minutes, it kept pushing, and the same thing I told you here. What happened here is just that breakout I told you that I said that there's a way I enter trades here. I just wait for the session to come out and I mark out the previous low, right? If the market can break below it successfully, I will look to sell to the downside, right? And that's what I just did here, because the first one we actually missed it around where the first trade here, I think around this point I said something about that, and this is it. It's currently running. You can even swing this thing. You can see that even if you not close all these trades, you might still be holding it, and the profit it just went straight to smash the profit. There was no stress on this trade, guys. There was no stress. This is the way you trade real life without stress, and the same thing still applies. The same thing. So it came to retest that zone, still sold. You see the way he's manipulating people here. Just take a look at what I'm showing you guys. Look at this. He retested here. Some people buy here. Most of these people that are selling here at this point, they are targeting this area just like me, right? I said this thing, right? You see that this one just came here to retest what the previous day high. Then what happened? Push down. You see, during New York session, what happened? It pushed down. So this is the fake breakout here. You can see it is a breakout. This is a breakout here, but you have to understand something. Take a look at this trend now. What is happening here? You can either apply your trend line. This is where it can come in. So you have to always look for ways which you can make this thing very simple for yourself. Don't complicate things. Just draw your trend line, break below, see the candle here. Just take a look at that rejection candle inside this box. Rejected off, it sold. What? Break below the trend line, you entered. Simple, guys, because you know that overall we are in a downtrend. So it's very very hard before you go wrong at this point, because of what you are following the trend, and that is how take profits is being hit easily. Very very simple. And you can see my zones are very very tight. It's not even wide. That is why I say that wide zones doesn't work on gold. So stay away from wide zones. If you have been drawing it on gold, it's not going to work. Trust me. You can see what is happening here. This is not even a joke, guys. This is not even a joke at all. You can see the way the market is moving, just like as if I'm the one programming it or I'm the one pushing. No, I'm not the market maker. I still lose too. Not that I don't lose too. You get? But just you following the trend. It's just very simple. It's just basically you following the trend and knowing what you are doing. That is it. Very simple trade, and you can swing like no other. Keep it simple and you will love it. So if you like this video, please kindly subscribe. Enter my Telegram if you want to have my mentorship. You can just message me on Telegram, then I will answer you. So thank you for watching and see you on the next one.